This is Dawn Wells at 82, lying in a hospital bed, fighting COVID-19 completely alone. December 2020. Now look at this photo. It's 1964. She's 26 years old, wearing gingham shorts and pigtails, smiling as Marianne Summers on that deserted island. America's girl next door? Every man's dream. Every woman's ideal. So how did we get from that bright, joyful face to this heartbreaking ending? What happened to Marianne? The answer will crush you. Reno, Nevada, October 18, 1938. Dawn Alberta Wells is born into comfort. Her father runs a construction business, her mother stays home. They have stability, love, and money. From the start, Dawn is ambitious and graceful. At 18, she enters the Miss Nevada pageant. Not for fame or fortune, but to find her voice and platform. She wins. 1959, Miss Nevada competing at the Miss America pageant in Atlantic City. She doesn't take the crown, but she walks away with something more valuable: confidence. She attends the University of Washington, earning a degree in theater and design. She's smart, trained, and ready to chase her dream, Los Angeles. Early 1960s. The grind begins. Small guest spots, the Roaring Twenties, Maverick, 77 Sunset Strip. Blink and you'd miss her. Hollywood was overflowing with beautiful young actresses, but Dawn had a spark. Then came 1964. A new TV show needed someone wholesome, pure-hearted, the kind of woman who made people feel safe just by smiling. The show, Gilligan's Island. The role? Marianne Summers. That one audition changed her life. Look at this photo from the pilot. She isn't pretending to be kind. She is kind. Audiences fell in love instantly. The show ran for 3 seasons, 98 episodes, and became a global phenomenon. Everyone had their favorite, Ginger or Marianne, and for most, the answer was easy. But here's the part you never hear about. When Gilligan's Island ended in 1967, Dawn was only 29. She was instantly recognizable everywhere she went, but not rich. The contracts from the 1960s didn't include residuals. The reruns aired for decades, earning studios millions, but Dawn, she got almost nothing. Just memories and fame without fortune. Still, she didn't stop working. Theater productions. Made-for-TV movies. Small roles in films like The Town That Dreaded Sundown and Return to Boggy Creek. She signed autographs, met fans, and always showed up with grace. People called her Marianne for 40 years, and she never once corrected them with bitterness. In her later years, she taught acting, mentored students, and created a company called Wishing Wells, designing adaptive clothing for people with disabilities. It wasn't for money, it was about kindness. That was the real Dawn Wells. But then the crash came. 2008. The housing market collapses, and so does Dawn's savings. Everything she'd worked for gone overnight. Decades of careful effort erased. At 70, she found herself starting from scratch. Still, she didn't complain or go public. She just kept showing up and working. Then, in 2017, disaster struck again. A terrible fall, surgery, months of rehabilitation. The bills piled up fast. She had no children, no wealthy relatives, just herself and the debt that kept growing. By 2018, she owed more than $180,000 and couldn't even afford assisted living. A friend launched a GoFundMe, Help Dawn Wells. The story spread quickly. America's sweetheart was broke. Dawn was humiliated. She never wanted pity. Her publicist said she was embarrassed, but the fans stepped in. People who grew up watching her as Marianne sent donations, letters, and love. It didn't erase her debt, but it helped her breathe again. Even then, she kept that same warm smile. Photos from those years show her greeting fans, attending conventions, offering encouragement to young artists. The light never went out, even as her world was collapsing. That wasn't training. That was pure heart. By June 2020, court filings revealed something tragic. Dawn was battling dementia. At 81, her brilliant creative mind was fading away. The same woman who earned a college degree, built a career, and inspired millions was slowly losing her memories. Then, in December 2020, the pandemic hit nursing homes hard. Dawn caught the virus. No visitors. No comforting hand to hold. No final goodbye. On December 30th, she passed away, alone. The girl who once brought joy to millions left this world quietly, unseen. But behind the fame, there was another story. Look at these personal photos. Dawn backpacking across Europe, laughing with friends, cuddling her rescue dogs, painting sets with her own hands. This was who she really was. An artist, a teacher, a woman who genuinely wanted to make the world a little better. Hollywood didn't protect her. The same system that made millions off her image left her struggling in her final years. The industry that played Gilligan's Island in every corner of the world didn't lift a finger when Mary Ann needed help, and that's what makes Dawn Wells' story so devastating. She did everything right. She worked hard, stayed generous, kept her dignity. But she was crushed by an unfair system, a broken industry, a financial collapse, and a healthcare nightmare. In the end, even a pandemic took her too soon. Look again at these two images: Mary Ann, radiant at 26, and Dawn, frail at 82. Same smile, same kindness, but only one was seen. She proved something no one wants to admit. You can live with grace, do everything right, and still lose everything. Yet there's one thing they couldn't take from her: her legacy. 98 episodes, 60 years of reruns, millions of fans who still light up when they hear her name. For generations, she'll always be Mary Ann. She may have died broke, but she died beloved, and maybe that's what mattered to her most.